I think my view is, I think infrastructure, health and education, at least education at the lower level and maybe some basic health coverage, I think these are ways of making transfers in the system from the wealthy to the poor. So I don't think it can be market priced in my view. I don't think infrastructure, health and education is at market price in New York or in Germany or wherever. I think these are the subsidies, these are public goods that we ought to provide at reasonable cost to the system. I think to me the issue is really one of macro, which is that we have the government balance sheet is full of so many other revenue expenditures, and therefore I keep coming back to subsidies to farming, for example, which is that, of course, welfareism has expanded a lot over the last 10 years. It has become more effective, so it has become even more attractive to keep expanding it because it's easy to claim on a billboard that this has actually been delivered to you with effectiveness. But I think that's the real danger. Every time you look at our every budgeting exercise of, whatever, December, January, there is a very small space of maybe 3 to 5% of the total budget where we make adjustments from year to year, because everything else is just a given. You just take it as a fixed set of expenditures year after year. My sense is if we have to go down the path of building infrastructure, health and education provision of a modern economy, I think we have to scale back our welfareism, which is really right now distribution of a lot of private goods, I would say. We need to scale back that, rationalize it, and realize that it's better to provide those three fundamental goods, and then perhaps that will create sort of more sustained livelihood for people on its own, rather than not giving them these things and then looking for ways of actually subsidizing creation of livelihood in the first place, which is then, never, it's like then this genie doesn't go back into the bottle. So I think this is to me also a macro question. I think we are demonstrating, I agree with Yamini, that we are demonstrating micro delivery now. But I think, in my view, we are out of budgets. I think we don't have space in our central and state budgets, which on a year-to-year basis are being freed up enough to say, can we put infrastructure on the table? Can we put better healthcare on the table? Can we put better delivery of education on the table? It's not on the agenda because there's no space. I think we have to create space. I think we have to get rid of a lot of subsidies which are, maybe they were justified at some point, but maybe they are not justified now because we are not a socialized economy anymore. We have private sector providing many things to our consumers through the businesses. So anyway, I don't know if this is the entire answer, but to me it is staggering that our budget from year to year is really about a very small percentage of the total expenditure of the government.